Hiya, just small tip, just a quick video on Glock 17 Gen 5 177 air pistol from Murex. You've noticed how the trigger pulls so much easier. I'll just tell you what I did. Just to basically make it so it doesn't stick and it stops pellet jams. Take this top screw out, which is a small screw. That one there's a small one. The bottom one is the longer screw. Don't get mixed up because they'll not fit or you'll damage them. Take the top off first. That's out. The bottom. That's out. What I do is I get a Dremel usually, and what I do is, or even a woman's nail polisher, but not a rough one, because you don't want to take anything off this. You just polish the edges up. All these edges, especially around here and around there, it's got little ridges on here. You want all these edges polishing up. Polish all them edges up. Then get some silicone grease, and silicone only. Use silicone grease after you've polished these up and cleaned it. Then you can put a tiny bit of grease on your fingers and just gently rub the grease round. Or the best way is silicone oil. Oil is loads better because that's a bit thicker. So you clean that up, you polish it, and then you put a bit oil on that, silicone oil. Then you take this, you lift it open. I don't know if you can see this properly. Take your spring out, shut that, pull your belt feed off, and then clean this up gently with a polisher. If you want to, you can polish on the edges because sometimes it gets a bit rough around there on the facing side where the pellet goes in. Remember, these go on only one way. You've got a thicker part where there's a gap, what joins the belt, you've got them all the way around. And you've got like a small gap at the top, that's where the trigger unit goes into, so you need that upright. Anyway, take all this to bits. That falls out. Little stars, cogs I call them. That one's got a little raised lump on it on the top. It goes that way, and it's you know which way that goes. You need the star towards you. So basically, when you get this, all around these edges and the side, polish them off. Just smooth them out. And the same up here where the ridges are, all the way around here, and especially on this side here and that side there. Give them a nice polish. Just polish them really up. It's best with a Dremel with a polishing wheel because it'll take seconds just to give that a quick polish. Clean it down and then get your silicone grease, small amount, or the best silicone oil. Put a drop on that post, then put your cog back on. Put a drop on that post, put your cog back on. Open up that, put your spring. There's a little, you'll know where the spring comes off. There's a little, the stump. Close your spring. And also, it's important on this, on the belt itself, on the inside, that's what's catching everything, especially these back parts. But put some silicone oil on there, or grease, but a very small amount. And remember, put some silicone grease on this and on that, all around on the cog where the plastic grips. Anywhere where the plastic's going to be, put a very thin amount of oil. And then just put that back in. It's quite easy. Make sure it's the right way by adjusting that. Can I get that on camera? I don't even know if this is showing up on camera. And then we go. Once that's all oiled up, remember to put a bit of oil all the way around there, the same slight amount. Back on. Small screw at the top. Use a very small posi drive for this. And the long one, I don't know if you can see this, the long one at the bottom. Even though I've took the oil off this because I've been messing about and showing it, that slides on so smoothly now because there's no rough edges and it's all polished out. So when I put it in the pistol, the action, firing action is loads smoother. Single action, you hardly touch it. Just a small tip, just to make your shooting more consistent and more even accuracy. Because like I say, if you've got a really hard trigger pull, you're going to be all over the place. With that, it's loads better. It's very light trigger pull now. Just thought that little small tip might help you out. But remember, Dremel, if you've got it with a polishing wheel, just a very light polishing on the metal parts and the plastic, and then silicone oil or grease if you're at a push. Do not use WD-40, don't use normal gun oil, don't use moly based products because they're said to be too thick and they gunk up. What you need is silicone based only. Thanks a lot.